Okay, sweet. Okay, so welcome to everyone. First of all, I would like to thank you for joining us for today's webinar. My name is Dr. Deepmala Singh, and I am working as an assistant professor in at LBF campus. So today in this webinar, we are presenting transforming human resource strategies in Industry 4.0, presented by Dr. Indranil Bose, sir. Dr. Indranil Bose has been working in the capacity of Dean with the School of Business with the University of Bolton, UK, at their International Academic Centre based at Rasek, Khaimah, UAE. Previously, he also taught a senior full-time lead faculty with the graduate and master programs of the University of Wolverhampton, UK, at their UAE academic operations for approx 1.5 years. He has also taught in the EMFS courses for the international graduate programs on business of the University of London, UK, offered through the London School of Economics and Political Science at UAE. He has been successfully engaged in teaching and academic responsibilities for the international online MBA programs of the University of Lincoln, UK, through the Western International College, London, UK. He has also been empaneled faculty for the global MBA programs offered by the Northwood University, Michigan, USA. He is a fellow of the prestigious Higher Education Academy, United Kingdom, and a PhD in the management from India. His teaching expertise lies in research methods, strategy, HRM, and employee relations, workforce modeling, etc. Beside this, he has a proven record of research and publications in peer-reviewed journals listed with ABDC and indexed with Web of Science, Thomson Reuters Index, and many more. Scopus, there are many. He is also the member of the International Advisory Council of the Harvard Business Review since January 2021. He has also presented his research works at several international and national academic conferences in many countries. He he regularly updates himself on the contemporary teaching and learning practices in professional and higher education through different self-development initiatives and has attended several FDPs and professional development programs offered by the prestigious institutions, universities, and awarding bodies such as University of Bolton, UK, University of London, UK, Northwood University, USA, IIM Calcutta, IIM Kozhikode, Pearson, etc. So there is a long list of Dr. Indranil Bose. Um, so moving ahead, I would like to invite Sir to please start with your topic of transforming human resources strategies in Industry 4.0. Sir.
Okay. I think good afternoon there, and good afternoon, Dr. Deepmala Singh, and good afternoon, everybody who is attending this. And I extend my thanks and gratitude for asking me to speak on this occasion. So this is the topic I'll be talking on: transforming human resource strategy in Industry 4.0. Now, point is that I am not a technical person. My background already, you have an idea that I am from the management side. So my entire presentation will be basically on the application of the Industry 4 level technology intervention in the HR field, and I will be trying to share with you some of the examples by some of the companies, leading companies in the world, how they are doing, and also across the globe how the tendency is functioning. I'll be citing some of the research works by the professional bodies. Okay, not more than not from the academic research, but from the professional bodies, because professional bodies research are more reliable, more practical, and more I think robust in terms of application and understanding the concepts. Now, when I'm talking about the transforming human resource strategies in Industry 4, in this case, first we have to make a few things clear. Now, first of all is that human resource strategy and the Industry 4. What are these things? Now, we all know about the human resource and human resource management. It's very common. Nothing new about that. But when we are talking about the human resource strategies, say, I'll be telling you last 20, 25, 30 years, how human resource strategies actually have been evolved. Okay. Now, earlier human resource strategies were considered basically as you can say, when you talk about human resource strategies earlier, before 30 years, 35 years, 40 years, like that. Now, most of the human resource strategies concept were dominated by certain micro level interventions of the organizations. What is micro level intervention? The micro level intervention talks about, say, when the organization requires something, when organization is going to take some functional or operational initiative or initiatives, then human resource strategies or human resource responses were there. Mostly, it was mostly reactive in nature or responsive in nature to the overall development. Now, human resource strategies in the present time, they are mostly dealing with two main things across the globe. There are a lot of studies have been conducted by different international bodies like Society for Human Resource Management, SHRM, USA, CIPD, the Chartered Institute of Personal Development, UK. Even in India also, there are a lot of bodies like Academy of HRD in Ahmedabad and other places. They have done a lot of studies on this at the industry level. Now, when even in Australian Human Resource Society, a lot of organizations, we can search all data and information on internet. Those are widely available. A lot of information and reports are available free of cost online. You can easily download and see these things. Anybody is interested in nature. Now, the point is that here, now human resource strategies in present time, they are mostly focusing on two things. That is, first of all, number one is that the change management, how human resource strategies are playing the most crucial role in change management, because during last 20, 25, 30 years, the world has witnessed I should say the maximum changes in the industry scenario. It is not only about the customer preferences or your customer choices, but also the way the business organizations are functioning. One of the major role, I was going through one particular study or some report somewhere a few days back that to teach in my class. So I was seeing that, earlier, during last 100, 150 years, the total number of say inventions and changes and all these things happen. As I think some number was given, approximately major changes happen in the industry, what is approximately 75 to 80. But only last 20, 30 years, the fundamental changes in doing the business has been much more. More than 100, 120 major changes happened or incurred in the business during last, you can say, just 20, 25 years, 30 years. So you can understand how dynamic was the area, how dynamic was the business environment. So the human resource strategies have become more strategically important in present time, because whether it is a small scale organization or a large scale organization or whatever, big multinational corporations or like that, in international business, everywhere, human resource strategies are playing more and more important role. And the second one important area is that human resource strategies are now very much linked to the technology platforms. Okay, because earlier people used to blame the HR professionals, that HR professionals were basically they're making all the decisions and all the things as they were taking decisions based on the reactive or responsive mode. Most of the things were basically based on, you can say, some sort of their assumptions or some sort of subjectivity. Okay, and HR professionals are not contributing that much to the growth of the organization. Okay, when the other departments are asking for hiring the people, they're hiring it. But when the people are leaving the organization, maybe they're conducting some report or survey or whatever. There are a lot of techniques available for that. But see how we are predicting, or we can predict the future, that okay, we are hiring the people in the organization, and how many people will leave the organization in the near future. Okay, so this kind of say future prediction or more accurate future predictions, which have become more important now, more relevant now. These were this used to not to be done by the HR departments earlier. To a great extent. Now all the things actually have come to the HR, and HR has become more and more specialized discipline, or at the same time, more general discipline, because HR professionals are playing more and more important role at the strategic level. And you can see a lot of people from the strategic HR background are now being given promotion to the board level also in many companies, many organizations earlier. So I am not going to discuss about the cultural side in the organization here, because then my presentation will be lengthy. Now coming to the second side, industry 4. Now industry 4 is basically about using the technical platforms in a more sophisticated way. And technical platforms means, yes, technology was always there at certain level, at certain dynamism. Okay, but when you talk about the industry 4, what is the normal people, a lot of people say the fourth level industrial revolution. What is about this? This is about the automation, artificial intelligence, and we can talk about the machine to machine communication, machine learning. A lot of things are being coming up where the scope of human intervention have become the scopes of human intervention have become limited, much more limited. Okay, how we are using the machineries, how we are using the technologies, that has become more important. Okay, technologies were always there earlier, but the technology has become more sophisticated in present times. Okay, last 20, 25 years, 30 years, maybe maybe little more than that. But the point is that, see how we are using those technologies in the context, in the process of human resource management, or making the human resource strategies. Okay, and what are the particular areas or the major areas where these machineries, these technologies are being widely used, or being used more and more. Okay, now when we are talking about the fourth industrial revolution, it is mainly focusing on the automation. It is mainly focusing on the providing the highest level support, or getting the highest level support from the technology platforms, so that because some of the major decisional points in the human resource management, like any other management functions, like the future prediction, like the say understanding the level of the risks involved in a lot of things. So then you can talk about the dissemination of the knowledge and the learning experiences across the organization, especially when we are talking about the global integration of the business. That's very important. Okay, earlier also it was there, but definitely the scope was much less. Now, another important point is that when you are working with a large number of workforce, mainly in the large multinational companies, so in that case, how you are hiring and recruiting the talents from different international places to different locations, how you are managing the expatriates, how you are managing the grievances, how you are keeping the track on the different kind of grievances from a centralized location while you are doing the business globally. So these all of the challenges are coming up. And apart from that, new areas are also coming up in HR, which are the major important component of the HR strategies in present time, like the compensation management, like the reward management, cost to employees. Okay, so when you talk about the HR analytics in recent times, which was basically the extension of the MIS, or the HRIS, I should say, Human Resource Information System, which was popular in 1970s or 60s. Okay, now HLIS has become the important component of, you can say, HR analytics. A lot of things are being done in HR analytics which were not possible earlier. And this is because of only one thing, that is the new technologies, new platform, sophisticated softwares have come up. Okay, people are knowing those things. And the more important part of this is that when you are becoming an HR professional, you should be able to handle at least some of them in a sophisticated way, in a more efficient way. That's very important. Okay, and see, I know a lot of HR companies are hiring HR professionals from many places. They are looking for some kind of. That's why you see a lot of HR professionals are undergoing short courses, and a lot of companies are conducting a lot of training programs. Even on a lot of vendors who are selling their products like softwares and other things into companies while dealing with the HR issues. Okay, they are giving the free training to the employees, mainly in the HR department, even the line functionaries, how to deal with these. So these are some of the very robust developments happening in the organizations, and which is very, I should say, the optimistic one. Okay, people say a lot of new things that okay, the HR is basically dealing with the people. Human being cannot be managed with the machine. Yes, I agree with that. But the point is that machines are not making the decisions. Machines are giving us the indices or the certain basis on which we can make our decisions. We have to make our judgments. We have to make our understanding. We have to, because earlier, say suppose you are looking for some input from your office, which is in other country. Maybe you are doing a business from Nepal and you are planning to take some input from a company or office based in, maybe take example in Nigeria. Now, earlier it was very difficult to get it because you have to make the phone calls. There's to send you the maybe emails. Even in the email has the limited capacity to deal with. Okay, there is the issue of the data secrecy and privacy also by email. A lot of things are there. Okay, then there's to send by courier or by post or something like that. So there are a lot of hindrances were there. Those used to limit your capacity and the potentiality to make the decisions. Definitely the chances of the collaboration, chances of the integration were much less then, which has become more and more possible nowadays in the present time. Okay, now even a lot of people, a lot of organizations are working with the say the SAP HR platforms. Now SAP HR platforms, I work with the SAP HR platforms. I work on the SAP in the academic field, also in the SAP operations platform. I see, I mean, whenever we upload something from here, from UAE, it goes to UK. I mean, within seconds, actually, within seconds. Okay, and immediately we get the reply from them. We can we can share a lot of information from here. They can send a lot of information from there. We can collaborate. We can write the report jointly for the QA. All these things. It has become so easy. Actually, I have not faced any kind of problem till now. I'm working here. Okay, not only me. I mean, across the globe, the HR professionals are getting the benefit of that. And apart from that, another important area which has become certainly important, that is the knowledge management. Now, knowledge management has become, because every day, every time, every moment, even when I'm speaking all these things, this is becoming, I'm creating a knowledge. Okay, I'm not only talking about data, not only talking about, so because I'm also creating some sort of knowledge which is in the repository, because if you are recording my class, it is the knowledge actually is being recorded. Okay, even if you attend the taking the classes in the classroom, also you are giving the assignments, you are giving the exam papers, you are giving the PPTs, you are giving the books, materials, case studies, everything is knowledge input. Whatever decision you are making in your campus, that is also knowledge you are creating. In the organization also, millions and millions and millions, unlimited number of knowledge are being created every day, every moment. So how to manage those knowledge? Earlier, it was a big challenge for the organization to create the knowledges. The study shows the Royal Society in UK, they have to, you can sign the website royal.society.org. The Royal Society of UK, they have found in a study in 1987 that approximately 62% of the knowledge created in the organizations get lost because of lack of mechanism and the technology the companies are using. Okay, or company are not using. I'm telling you frankly speaking, in that way, 62%, where the study was conducted in entire Europe. So see, the large corporations, big organizations, because when you are losing your knowledge, and that is actually we are making ourselves deprived of the chances of developing our organization, ourselves as an individual. So knowledge is also important. Now, with the coming up of the fourth industrial revolution, which offers us a lot of technology platform, which offers us a lot of practices and other things. Okay, a lot of platforms, a lot of opportunities in technically. So the majority and the most of the knowledge are being possible to be created and to be preserved in a proper way, which can be used by the many generations after also. So these are some of the major areas. Now, when you're talking about the HR interventions, now in the HR interventions, what I am talking about, one by one I'm coming. Now, there was a study which was conducted by the Society for Human Resource Management USA. This is one of the leading HR bodies in the world, actually. Mainly we say in the world globally, there are two major bodies. There are so many bodies of HR. Definitely in South Asia also there are many bodies in HR. Every country in South Asia, they have their own apex HR bodies. Like in India, we have the NIPM is there. We have the National HRD Network is there. Academy of HRD is there. So a lot of bodies are there. Okay. Also, if you go to Bangladesh, or if you go to Pakistan, if you go to Sri Lanka, if everywhere there are certain HR bodies. But the point is that, see, globally, see, these are the HR bodies which are actually, they have the applications, they have the expertise, mainly in their geographical areas, locations. When you talk about the Academy of HRD doing some research, or NIPM is doing some research, their main, yeah, definitely when somebody wants to take some information about the HR scenario in India, they will be taking the input from NIPM or Academy of HRD or SHRM. If you want to take some input from the HR scenario in Bangladesh, so definitely Bangladesh HR Society is there, something like that. Okay, but the point is that when you are talking about a global scale, because the Academy of HRD, Society for Human Resource Management and CIPD, they are, CIPD is the chartered body of the UK, like many other countries. We have the chartered accountancy qualification, cost accountancy qualification, the chartered qualifications of the respective parliaments. Like the CIPD is the chartered qualification. That's why it is supported, funded, and promoted by the British government, UK government. That is a very powerful body. Okay, they have the wide range of offices across the globes. Okay, and they conduct detailed research. They offer the fellowship and other qualifications in the HR field, which are very costly, definitely. But if you get the scholarship, and you, so SHRM also, it's from based in US. SHRM is not supported or funded by any government, but SHRM is the professional body, where people say largest professional body in terms of HR professionals in the world, SHRM. So that's why when we take the feedback, or when we try to understand what is happening globally, these are two most reliable platforms, definitely. Okay, now when you talk, I have taken these imperatives of the HR for the future in Industry 4. I have taken these inputs basically from the SHRM research report. It was published in 2019. Now, not so long back. Now, what are the meaning of imperatives? Now, when I'm talking about the imperatives are basically something which we talk about the areas of intervention, or the focuses of intervention. We all know about the areas of intervention in HR, or the focuses of intervention in HR. Okay, the first and the most important area, which the Industry 4 technology platforms and other things are playing very crucial or an important role, is definitely the leadership development, or the development of the capabilities or the capacities. Now, what is the meaning of that? Now, how technology is playing the important role in the recent times to create the leadership in the organization. Now, when you're talking about the leadership, developing the leadership in the organizations, what we see, the first important thing, what are the purpose of that? See, this not only is creating, not only empowering the people in the organization through the more robust, more developed, more integrated learning platforms, knowledge platforms, but also it actually helps the organization to create the proper framework for the future regarding the succession planning, regarding talent planning, regarding growth potentialities of the individuals and the team, regarding identification of the more growth areas of the future. Okay, so like this kind of thing, and accordingly, not only at the individual level, but at the overall organizational level, or at the international global level, how the organization will be growing or is presently growing based on the trend analysis, based on the predictive analysis. All these things can be done more accurately, more perfectly with the help of these technologies. Now, definitely, many of the organizations are using those platforms which are possible, which are many organizations are just appointing the consultants to know about that, to get the recommendations. They have many of the companies already have their platforms. They're trying to enhance the capabilities of those platforms, and trying to make it more applicable for the organizations, more customized to the organizations where it will be required. Some of the organizations are, for the first time, they're doing mainly the medium and the small scale industries. They do not have that kind of financial capabilities to buy the large scale costly softwares. So whatever they are doing, they are using the cloud platforms or many other things where they can, many of the 5, 6, 10 companies, 20, 30 companies are sharing the same platforms in their own way. Okay, so opportunities are there. And ultimately, the leadership is not only about filling up the senior positions. Leadership is about growing the organization, or say positioning the organization in the global map, in the international map, in the regional, the national map, in terms of culturally competitive, in terms of say the branding, in terms of the organizational growth potentialities with the very talented people and other things like that. Now, I will be showing some example later today itself in the presentation. Now, the main focus area of the developing of the new leadership capabilities of the organization, that is the cultural ambassador, the digital HR. Now, I am telling you a small example here. There is a company, because this is very important, I think relevant in this case. Now, there was a company, the name was Sescraft, SCZCRAFT. It was originally founded in Amsterdam, now Netherlands. Now it was founded in 1979 or 78, exact year I forget. But that company was actually a software service company. It never used to make any software companies. They used to provide the support to the software development companies across the globe in the respective domains. Okay. Now, most of the functions, most of the activities, their clients were that they're integrated with the developing economies, where the software usage and other things are growing at a phenomenal rate, like India, like China, like Hong Kong, like mainly the developing economies. Okay, Russia, this part of the world mainly. Now, what is actually happening in that case? When the organization was initially founded, it was a small company. Now, when it was a small company, because this case study I taught in my class here in UAE, that's why I'm telling you. Now, when the company actually initially started, small company, it did not have that kind of money also. It had the people, they actually used to work in some of the leading software companies or IT sector companies in the US. They came back to their motherland, they came back to their own country, that is the Netherlands. And there, while working in the US, they developed some kind of friendship and professional affinity, as well as personal friendship with some of the leading, some of the professionals, IT professionals, who were from India, who were from China, who were from the other countries in South Asia, also from Australia, New Zealand, like this part of the world, like that. And after coming back from the US, they settled in their own country. These people, this guy is in Netherlands, because they're Dutch nationals, and they plan to start the business. They found the business opportunities. Initially, they did not have that kind of money also, because they're working there. But they came with a lot of experience and the knowledge from there. Okay, how the international industry functions, everything like that. Now, initially, while they are running the business, they were completely dependent on their personal, say, contacts and other things and affinities, whatever you can say, to expand their businesses. Now, initially, they find some friends, and through references, first level references, second level references, what happened usually, you see in the LinkedIn also, same thing happens. Now, like this, they expanded their business. Now, initially, 5-6 years, they had the very minimum number of employees. For the initial 5, 6, 7 years, 10 years, they had only 20-25 employees only. So you can understand, it's a small company. Okay. Now, after some time, they found the organization is not growing, basically, and the leadership was limited in the hand of the people who came from the US, basically, and they were doing still the business something. They found that, yeah, this is the time to grow our business. Why your business is not growing? Is there any problem leadership? So they after a lot of brainstorming and other things, they have found the leadership should be expanded and the distributive. So I think you know all about the distributive leadership. Now, in that case, what they did, they already they had the client base in India, they had a client base in China, they had a client base in Hong Kong, the client base in South Korea, or client base in a lot of the Thailand, Malaysia, Philippines, like this part of the world, mainly the Asian side. Okay, but the problem is that, see, they actually wanted to open the offices there, because, see, they found they're not getting a lot of the orders and the contacts, because they did not have the footprint there. In physical footprint there. They had definitely digital footprint, because they are doing the services. But what is the problem there? They found that we have to open the offices there, maybe at a limited scale, maybe at a smaller scale. Okay, and we have to cater the clients there in a more robust way. Because see, if they are physically present there, so they first opened their office in Bangalore in India, and the second office opened in Hong Kong. They did not enter the mainland China first, okay, because already there are big companies working in China now. And I think they opened the third office in Manila in Philippines. And after that they found, okay, and initially also after that also 5 6 years 7 years, what happened, they had a lot of knowledge and everything, they have a lot of inputs. What happened, they found that company, that particular organization, okay, still is not growing, because most of the decisions are ultimately taken by the people sitting in Netherlands. Okay, they created some small teams there, because initially they invested some money to open the offices, because a lot of costs are involved when you are going to enter in a foreign country. You have to hire the physical locations, you have to make your workforces, and you have to pay them. You have to, a lot of investments are there to make your presence felt in those countries. A lot of things are involved there, you understand that. Now when these things are being done, still after opening the offices, they found it is not possible. Now after that, the company, they planned, okay, let us our local, I mean international offices are being managed by international people, the people from those countries, what we see, polycentric, geocentric, and all those things we study in HR basically, what we understand. Okay, now when we talk about, when the company started thinking about that, they started to hire the people from that, from an Indian in the India, one Chinese in China, one Filipino in Philippines, like that. Okay, and initially this was very successful. These local people had all the authorities, they were given the chances, and ultimately what happened, the entire workforce, entire leadership were actually slowly, after 8 years, 8 years, 9 years, entire workforce were actually grown, developed, the leadership panel. Now the organization presently has created a large international leadership panel, the pool, some name they has given, and they can decide that, okay, now we have a very robust leadership platform, and these people can be transferred from one place to another. Maybe one Indian can be transferred to China, the Chinese can come to India, or an Indian can go to, even they have now expanded their presence in Europe also, to a great extent. In London they have the office, and in Belgium, Brussels, they have the office, and they're doing quite well. In from India, they are working mainly on the banking softwares, or so see, and entire function is so collaborated on the technology platforms, on the overall say software platforms, on the entire automated platforms, and lot of software. Now the company is investing more and more money, so it has become a global brand. Actually, from a local brand, within 25-30 years or 35 years, the company has been able to develop leadership. Now they have created different layers and hierarchies, the top level, the corporate leadership pools, and from also an Indian or a Chinese or a Filipino or a person in Thailand can become the member of the board of directors also easily. It has happened in the company also. Now see, now the company is targeting to expand in some of the other markets they have not targeted, like South America. Now they are trying to apply the same technology, trying to apply the same practices there. Okay, so see, this is the way the organization is creating the vibe across the globe, that is called the cultural ambassador, digital HR lead, and all those things. So you can understand. So I'll come with the other examples there. Then we are talking about the other thing, managing the integration of technology in the workforce. Now that is very interesting one. Now when you talk about the managing that integration of technology in the workforce, it is purely about, say, providing the support in terms of training, in terms of maintaining your attendance, workforce performance, employee engagement, employee motivation, employee learning, everything in the every sphere. We say the HR has 10 fingers. We say the HR has 10 fingers, because 10 major functions of HR, compliance. So lot of things are being done. Now the entire talent ecosystem, entire the compensation ecosystem, everything can be managed. Okay, we can understand how the organizations are using the technologies in a more robust way, basically when the automation has come up. In my campus itself, maybe in your campus also, you can see we have the thumb impression system in your attendance. If you come late, maybe you are supposed to come in the campus at 9 in the morning, but the thing is this, if you come by 9:10, say you are not coming to the campus, maybe 3 days or 4 days or 5 days a month, you are doing this kind of late every day without taking permission, definitely from the higher authority. Now the point is that automatically the policy is that if you come 3 days late after 10, I mean 10:15 or 10 up to 15 minutes, they give the exemption. Okay, they give the relaxation. But if you come at 10:25, 10:30 every 3 or 4 days, automatically the system is like that. Half day leave is being deducted from your attendance that particular month. So it is automation. The HR guy sitting there is not supposed to do it. Yes, definitely this thing can be reversed. Definitely when we are doing the adjustments in the salary calculation and all these things, because there are a lot of organizations like JW Marriott in the hospitality sector, like the Siemens in the engineering sector, like say Volkswagen in the automobile sector. There are a lot of examples that there where this salary and the compensation part is directly linked with the talent ecosystem, directly linked with the attendance system. It is very done. I mean, there is no role. You can say, okay, so then sir, in that case, what is the role of HR manager? Yes, HR manager definitely is there, who will look after these reports, who will address the issues of the employees, who can try to counsel the employees, grow the employees. If they found that, okay, one particular employee or one particular group of employees, they are doing this kind of thing and they're facing the difficulties. Say, why the group of employees, the 5 or 6 employees are coming regularly late? Even their salary is deducted, even their say something is being done, even maybe say their attendance is leave are being deducted. Why they are being doing? So there is the issue there. Now they can make the challenges. They can understand, okay, these people are coming late not because of their own say will. Maybe they're coming from far-flung areas. They're not getting accommodation nearby. The company should provide them accommodation. So these are the issues. The company can then talk about the accommodation policy. Company can introduce the staff transportation policy. Okay, so this kind of thing, these kind of decisions can be made. Because in every case there might not be the people are responsible for that. So these are the situations. Now more and more robust system are available with the organization, and detailed data, detailed information are available with the people, the HR guys in the organization, and definitely make it more relevant, more purposive, and it is also providing the clear data and information so that the people can be shared with. Okay, look at this. This is the information. You came on that day, so and so time. Your performance for last 3 performance time year cycle is so and so. So you need to improve on those things. Now you can be very specific. What we say in the HR analytics, data-driven HR, that is more important now, because people will not accept anything you tell them. Actually, so you are not good in the so and so. Why? They'll say, no, sir, you are biased against me. That's what you're telling. Now, when a machine is capturing all the data, when the system is capturing all the information, definitely it is helping you to a great extent. Now, the third point is that enhancing the employee experience. Now, when you talk about the enhancing the employee experience, so what is that? Enhancing the employee experience. Employee experience means how the employee actually feel in the organization, how the employee can be more productive in the organization. Okay, so the main focus, I mentioned few points, human centric approach of the organization, because this is no more the 1950s industry. Okay, now people are coming to the organization, mainly the formal sector. They're more, the organization should be more human. Definitely there is the immense performance pressure. I know, I personally feel those things very well. Okay, now the point is that still the human centric approach, the holistic approach, the purposeful employee experience, all these things are very important. I'll be sharing some experience here from certain industries. I'll be sharing there. Now what I'm talking about, see, when you're talking about employee, what are the factors which actually affects the employee experience in the organization? First of all, how the employee is open to communication, open to communicate. You know, you might be knowing that octopus culture of the organization. Octopus is an old study, was done by TV Rao earlier, long back in 1960s or 70s might be. But the octopus culture is very important. But octopus culture is a model actually. But the octopus model or this kind of any other models, cultural models, can be used in organizations. The culture provides the employee that kind of experience in organization, the openness, the creativity, the collaboration, the supporting culture, the grievance redressal, everything can be made in a proper way. Okay, learning experiences, even apart from that, the smaller level, whatever you see on day-to-day level, yeah, organization might be the technology might be provided providing you the input about the deadline is coming to you to finish. Maybe you are doing the 3 or 4 work simultaneously. Okay, and which particular work you have to finish when. You may have the platforms on your desktop, on your laptop, that okay, this thing can be done, this thing can be finished by so and so deadline, so and so deadline. So when deadline is approaching, what will actually happen? Because we're all human beings, and in that case, when you are pressurized by a lot of responsibilities, in that case, what happens? We might forget that, okay, that work is pending, still pending. It happened with me, I'm telling you, frankly, many cases. Suddenly in the, at 11:45 at night, what I suddenly see, some mail has come from my program coordinator. So this particular report is still pending. You have to support it tomorrow. So immediately I wake up because I was planning to go to sleep. Then suddenly I started working on that, and that day might be I'm working till 2 a.m. So this kind of thing should not happen in the corporate sector. Okay, now apart from that, employee well-being, what is the employee healthcare system there? How many employees? Because many of the organizations, they have their own or outsourced healthcare provisions organizing the organizations. So what kind of problems? What is the age group of the employees? What kind of well-being is required in the organization? So from the data, from the platforms, what are happening? These are providing the wholesome support to the organizations to develop, to generate their maybe insurance policy, maybe about the healthcare policy of the employees, maybe the welfare policy of the organization. So anything can be done. Anything can be done. Okay. So with the help of these platforms. Now, the fourth imperative is that, building an agile and the personalized learning culture. Learning is the most important area where the artificial intelligence or automation or IT-based platforms play the most important role. I believe, I strongly believe. You know those things also very well. Okay, I'm giving a small example. You know, GlaxoSmithKline this is the company everybody knows, the British company. Now, Glaxo is one of the leading largest companies in the world in terms of the making the pharmaceutical products. Now, what is the main thing here? GlaxoSmithKline Now, GlaxoSmithKline is something where Glaxo on an average every year they launch approximately 50 new products. Some of the products are completely new products. Some of the products are revised products, they call it. Okay, so already existing products are there, but they revise, they improve the product on that, and they launch. But Glaxo does not. Glaxo does not launches all the products across the globe at the same time. No, they don't do. Okay, maybe they are planning to launch a product in South Asia, because this has been developed, this has been researched in South Asian context, and they want to look at that, how the product actually performs. And if it is successful, they will try to apply, they will try to launch the same product after local research and other things, maybe in some of the other geographies where the culture, the climate, the other conditions actually are familiar with the South Asia. Maybe take an example, maybe say East Africa. Okay, East African countries or Central African countries. Now, their climates are somehow same with the Asian climates. Now, what I am telling you here, now in that case, now before launching a product in maybe Nigeria, maybe in Niger, maybe in South Africa, so they might require, okay, they decided, okay, has been launched now in India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, and other countries. Fine. Sri Lanka, other countries. Fine, great. But this will be launched in Nigeria, this will be launched in Ghana, this will be launched in South Africa, maybe after, say, a few months, maybe after 6 months, 7 months, 1 year. Now, when they are planning to launch it, they're tracking the progress, growth, and any other things, repercussions in Asian market, and they're planning to So before launching the product in Nigeria, before launching the product in South Africa, they should make their leadership there, they should make their people there who will be dealing with that particular product responsible and knowledgeable and definitely skillful, so that that product does not fail because of the human failure, human error there. Now, what they do, GlaxoSmithKline, they came with in 1982 or 83, I forget the exact year, but early 1980s, they came up with the platform. Okay, that is called the Glacky Link. The platform is one of the most pioneering platforms in the pharmaceutical sector, through which they actually practice the robust global training. Some of the training tools, some of the training modules, the training literature, the training videos, and everything were uploaded there. And every employee, which employee from which geography of the Glaxo, they are supposed to, they definitely get the email from the training department locally or internationally, whatever they do. Okay, so we are going to launch this product in your location, in your country, in your geography you are supposed to address. Now, in that case, these are the trainings in the offering. Some of the trainings are basically the people will be attending only. This is the monologue type of training where the videos are being shown or some other things are being shown, and people will just have to log in and they have to learn all those things, that they can take the notes and everything like that. There are some of the training programs which will be maybe managed from India or from say Pakistan or from Bangladesh or anywhere where it is already launched, and they can learn or maybe from the headquarters in UK. Okay, the trainer will be there and the training will be provided face to face, interactive training. Okay, so this was one of the very biggest success rate of initially, and it is one of the, now many of the companies are doing this, but Blackstone's was a pioneer in terms of building the agile at the personalized learning experience. So you can see this is how in the international HRM practices the learning and training can be done. Okay, now the fifth thing is that, see, we talk about, see, establishing the metrics for the for valuing the organizations. Now here we talk about some of the cases, like we talk about, say, we evaluate the return on investments, we evaluate a lot of other things like this, even effectiveness of recruitment, effectiveness of training, how much money has been invested on the people on certain platforms, on certain areas. Okay, so a lot of things can be done in the organization. Say, I have mentioned few things here, like, say, human capital metrics have been decided. Those metrics are already there, but it was difficult earlier to measure and calculate all the metrics. Maybe now it is possible much more easily. Okay, now we talk about the data are available with you. We can make the all trend analysis and everything from there, so you can understand in which area you require the intervention. Now you talk about some other areas like the embedded diversity and inclusion. There's a major part in this. Okay, now many of the leading international companies, global companies, they have the diversity platforms which they use because they are supposed to do the diversity. I'm telling simple example from UAE, where I'm presently staying. In the banking sector in UAE, now UAE government has made one thing compulsory, that 40% bank executives have to be hired locally. Locally means local employees, local nationals, Emirati nationals. Okay, because see, when the bank is supposed to, because otherwise the bank's license can be revoked. The point is that, see, the most of the banks functioning in the UAE, they were and have been dependent and still are presently now dependent on the expatriates. Okay, now the local nationals in UAE nationals, they are educated. I mean the people, the government, local government is taking all the initiatives, that's investing so much of money to make the local people educated, as per the in terms of modern technology, modern business, modern practices like that. Okay, but the point is that, see, they are supported by their government for so long. I mean, you cannot even imagine how much money each and every UAE national get actually from their government for their education, for their marriage, for buying a house. These are not loans, these are support, government support to their employees, because their number is very less, very small. Okay, now the thing is this, now the government is thinking, okay, let us involve them. We call it the reverse diversity or reverse inclusion. Okay, now because earlier what is to know that, okay, the people who are working in the companies, they are supposed to be gender, male and female, and other things must be included. All those things are fine, absolutely fine. But I am telling you in this case, see, now every bank operating in the UAE, it is a part of the localization drive of the Middle East, entire Middle East. Okay, now in all other countries, same thing is happening. In Saudi Arabia, in UAE, in Bahrain, in Qatar, in all the countries are there here in this particular part of the world. That's everything is happening. Now what is happening? Every bank has to upload every 15 days or 20 days what is the progress of including and the hiring of the local nationals, Emirati nationals, in their respective vacant positions. Even if one position remains vacant once an expat leaves the job, or one expat separates himself or herself from the job, that must be, if possible, that must be filled up. Even every bank has created a task force to earmark, to identify the vacancies and the positions which in the next time will be filled up by a local Emirati nationals. Yes, definitely there are a lot of challenges involved in it, even because many of the Emirati nationals are coming and occupying these positions, do not have any experience. Even the companies have to pay them more. I mean, at least if not double, at least 1.5 times more than the expats in many positions. Okay, but they are not able to deliver like that. Then again, the company organization has to hire another expat to support them. So the cost impact is there. That's the different other issues, practical impacts on this. But the point is this, diversity is being encouraged. If you want to apply in the United Kingdom mainland there, okay, in any job, Now what we see there, they will be giving you a self-declaration form. Everything they will ask there. And if you apply, if you either get a job or do not get a job, that's not an issue. Okay, at least each and every company, each and every industry, each and every organization, they have to provide and submit the report in the UK respective ministries, that okay, we got the application from this background, male, female, gender, skin color, religion, language group, everything. Okay, and now let's say this is compulsory. If any company, any organization fails to do that thing, so the particular company is warned, and the company's license can be revoked. Now diversity, this is possible how, and from that, after that, UK publishes a report of the diversity report. Okay, how many people from outside, how many people from which part of the world they're coming like this, and they are getting what kind of employment, how many people are applying for what kind of job. Okay, like this. Like I'm telling you one example, like most of the Filipinos from Asia, they are working in the UK in the nursing positions. Okay, so very large number of doctors from India, they're working in the UK on the British healthcare system, BHS. Okay, now what I'm telling you, how they go to get this information, because they are getting it from the particular data provided by the government. I mean, to publish the government. Okay, we come to know. I mean, so this is the way. Then, if the government looks at the policies, looks at developments, they can make the policy changes. They can incorporate. They can restrict somebody also. Okay, these are people we do not want in our country or in our workforce. So how we can do this? So everything can be managed with the help of the modern platforms, and this has made much more easier. Earlier, they used to send you the documents by mail. They used to ask you a lot of forms to be filled up. Now easily they are linking with a Google form and other forms. Even some links are being shared. Now I'm quickly going to share some of the examples from here, like Unilever, Saudi Aramco, like PricewaterhouseCoopers, ING, AT&T. Quickly I'll be telling. I'll not take much of time. Okay, because we don't have much of time also. Now Unilever case study. Unilever focus mainly on 2, 3, 4, and 6. What is 2, 3, 4, and 6? 2, 3 is basically the managing the integration of technology into workforce in terms of workforce invention. Then 3 is the enhancing the employee experiences. 4 is the building an agile and the learning culture, and the 6 is the embedded diversity and inclusion. Now Unilever is one of the largest companies in the world. I'm just taken the SHRM report has published these things, everything like this. Now Unilever, now what they're doing on this. Now Unilever is doing on mainly focusing on this enhancing the employee experience through technology. Now they have made the entire thing in such a way every employee has the access to every possible information, and then they need not spend time or wait for the longer time, or from running from pillar to post or from here to there, okay, to do their work done. That's why you see approximately 300,000 hours have been freed for which actually involves 1 million interactions. Okay, so lot of time is now with the employees. They can do something good of that particular time. They can go for their own and this is possible because of the intervention of the technology. Okay, now a lot of things they can see, a lot of things they can track, a lot of things they can move, they can see. Okay, so suppose you're supposed to send a report to your superior or to a colleague or peer members. So maybe for that you have to make a phone call. Even it is a 2 minutes phone call also. Maybe first phone call you made to your peer, have you got this letter? Okay, so maybe that person is not in the room, not in the cabin, or maybe not in the office. Maybe you can make the phone call in the mobile phone, but mobile phone he's not picking up. Now it is possible, you can see that particular thing has been delivered. Okay, quickly you can track it from their own system. Okay, now talking about, you have given some task to somebody who might have traveled to some other places. Now it was not possible earlier to track it quickly, whether it has been done or not. Now we can quickly track on your system. Or you require something to be delivered to you, some supply to you. Now it is also easy to understand whether it has been done. So like that, see that 1 million interactions have been removed, have been eliminated, and which has actually freed the almost 300,000 hours. Now talking about the building strategy and talent pools, definitely they have made the talent pool more robust. It's very common in many of the organizations, not only in Unilever. Okay, not now this particular talent pool is providing the help. So what is the future requirement of the organization, and how from where they should hire this kind of thing. Even if the company is planning to hire the people on the different engagement patterns, like say full-time, part-time, regular, or whatever. Okay, now this is the way the entire thing done. I mean, I think I'm running short of time, and So these are some of the, I'll be sharing this slide with Dr. Singh, Deepmala Singh, and you can have an idea from here. Same thing with the Saudi Aramco. It's one of the largest oil producing company in the world, based in Saudi Arabia, supported by Saudi government, and how they are doing. They have the thousands and thousands of employees there, how much they're investing and how they are doing it. Then talking about the PricewaterhouseCoopers, you know all this because it's a very common consulting audit firm in the world, how they're working, and their main focus is on adapting the changing landscape and how they're doing in enhancing the learning and analytics and other things. Okay. ING in India, we have the ING Vaishya Bank also there. Now in ING is a foreign group, how they're working and what are their priorities. Okay, these are case studies basically. Okay, the detailed case study was there in the SHRM report. I have just picked up the main thing from there. AT&T, American Telephone and Telegraph Company. It was founded by that guy. He was considered as one of the most innovative person in the world actually. Okay, now who founded GE basically. I think I forgot the name. Sorry. Now he was also the Nobel Prize also. Now under the workshop of this particular AT&T, how the company has created the digital platform, which actually is integrated with artificial intelligence for the future possible jobs. Okay, even the organization has not decided which particular positions will be created, but based on certain data input, they can predict that future kind of jobs and skills can identify. The company require this kind of skills for the future for certain leadership positions and other things like that. So it's so robust. Okay, now, so there are mainly 4 main areas what we have seen: hiring, and apart from that, learning and development, culture and diversity, now talent acquisition and turnover management. So these are all based on analytics, all based on artificial intelligence, all based on data available with you. And data is not only data, it is purely about helping you to predict the future. That is more important, and more accurately prediction is being done. Now, global scenario in the HR. Now, just this is my last slide, and I'll be speaking and I'll be finishing after that. See, say the SHRM also has made the HR adoption level in Industry 4. Now, if you see, that is a level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Now, level 1 is known as the operational response. Now, still large number of companies, they are not matured enough because it requires a lot of investment, a lot of expertise. So in this case, approximately this study was done on approximately 79 to 80 companies in entire Europe. Okay, and this was done jointly by the SHRM and the CIPD. A report was published by SHRM with permission from CIPD. Now, this report has shown that, see, it is, I think, 2019 or 18, that report came up like that. Now, in that report, you can find out the report on the internet also. You can just search on the HR adoption levels in industry plus SHRM, the detailed report will come. Okay, it's freely downloadable. Now, you can see the most of the organizations, are falling under the category of the operational response. They still use the platform, still use the artificial intelligence, other things actually at the very premature level or the very early nascent stage. So their main focus remains on the reactive of the regular operational responses rather than making the predictive decisions, making the leadership decisions. They're still trying to analyze the data they are having. They're still trying to, yes, definitely their performance has improved. Now, level 2 is the advanced response, now proactive response for benchmarking and decision making. Here, you are only 17% companies surveyed where actually have been found that is they are making the advanced response based on these things. Now, number 3 is the strategic response, where we are talking about, say, solving business problems and development of the models. That's very important. Now, many of the organizations are having their own models of hiring. In many of the organizations, I was talking about the talent models, I was talking about the hiring models, I'm talking about the compensation models. Okay. Now, different models are being practiced and innovatively were developed. Maybe after another 15, 10, 20 years in the business schools, those models will be taught also. Okay, like G model, like McKinsey model. Then this way they will be teaching. Like we are already studying different models in marketing and HR. Okay, now centralized and integrated data-driven practices. Okay, from a headquarter located maybe in some country. Okay, there they can locate Capgemini. Now, Capgemini is a company which is falling under the level 3. Okay, they have a very robust learning, training, talent management, knowledge management practice, which are completely integrated with the system and the platforms. And the last one is the predictive analysis response, which is only 10%, and very few number of companies are using. It is talking about the workforce planning, the risk analysis, the mitigation. You have to understand which are which of the decisions of the HR are related mostly with the prediction, which of the HR decisions mostly with the strategy, which are the HR decisions most on the advanced proactive responses. Accordingly, they are making, and for each and every advanced level upgradation of your platform, of your application, of your imbibing. So what you require something which is more, I mean, which is possible for you, which is required for you. It is not required that every company has to be level 4 company. Every company has to be level 3 company. No, might not be required. So that is the decision you require. But ultimately, technology is progressing. Every organization is progressing. And if you want to become bigger and bigger in whatever way, if you want to if you want to make a footprint globally, internationally, at least regionally, okay, you have to make it more professional, more accurate data analysis and prediction is required. So definitely HR plays a very important role in many cases in change management, in leadership decision making, in employee development and growth, employee engagement, employee integration with the corporate strategy, everything like that. Okay. Now basically the HR adoption level in industry will be much more progressive. It is still at an nascent stage. A lot of work had been done still in 1970, 75, 80. But still it is growing. Okay. And definitely we'll be expecting something more. And HR professionals life will be completely changed. People say HR, there will be no HR in future. Yes, at least HR will be in future, but HR professionals job profile, HR professionals challenges will be different. Definitely the main fundamentals will be even same, but how you are dealing with, what kind of platforms you are using, so those things will be completely different. So with this, I am going to finish my presentation. If anybody wants to ask me any question from anything, definitely I'll be happy to answer. And I'll be sharing this performance, this particular thing actually. Okay. And so this is the way. So one question: with the emergence of high rate of technology in organizations today or the future, is possible the technology to replace HR personnel? No, I already replied that one in the last point, that HR will not replace HR. Technology will not replace HR. Technology will change the face of HR, already changing the face of HR. Fundamentals of HR will remain same. That same recruitment, same talent management, same salary and commission management, same employee grievance management, same compliances will be there, but it will be addressed in a different way. Already are being done. So anything anybody wants to ask me about see these things, so I'll be happy to answer.
Okay. So I think there are no more questions.
Dr. Indranil,
Yeah.
Okay.
There's one question John has asked. Can you open it? The
Yeah,
question
that already replied. I already replied.
he asked, with the emergence of high rate of technology in organizations.
Yeah, that I already just now I have replied.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
So anybody else who has
Any questions? Okay. Okay. So moving ahead, uh, I would like to first of all thank you, sir, for this very valuable and informative webinar. And it was a pleasure to have you with us. And thank you, everyone. We appreciate you being here. And thanks again for joining us today. And have a great rest of your day. So I'm thankful to everyone, to the attendees, as well as especially to Dr. Indranil Bose for this valuable, informative webinar. And have a good day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Indranil. Thank you, Dr. Deepmala.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jasbir, sir.